Weeks after the first coronavirus case was confirmed in Sweden, life appears very much as normal in the cities and towns. People are still allowed to gather in groups of up to 50, while isolation is a question of free will. The so-called Swedish model getting support, at least on the streets.
I think they're having the right decisions, like having schools open and so on. As long as you wash your hands and keep a distance, it feels like if you're not in a risk zone, then you should be out.
It's difficult to say so far so good.
Primary schools remain open after the health agency said it doesn't believe children are strong transmitters of COVID-19. Testing of which has been minimal, with measures to increase it only announced on Tuesday, beginning with hospital staff. A letter criticising the hands-off approach was signed by 2,000 people in Sweden's medical community, but plenty support it as well.
In most countries, politicians take the decisions, and they want to enforce strict lockdown and show strength. In Sweden, the leading politicians, including the Prime Minister, told that we should trust the experts. The opposite strategy, to have a complete lockdown, is not sustainable. And the worst thing is that the epidemic might hit back again. The lesson learned from history is that we should do everything we can to avoid the second and the third wave.
Here in the Rinkeby area of Stockholm, many believe they are in the firing line of the first wave, after a number of Somali elders were among the first to die from coronavirus. Swedish Somali community leaders are worried about places like Rinkeby, where social and economic problems make people especially vulnerable to the virus and its knock-on effects. The Somali Youth Organisation has been spreading awareness of the pandemic in older people's mother tongues, but fear it may be far from enough.
People live very close together. Many have underlying health problems, and that means many can die. They don't have anywhere they can escape to if the virus spreads.
For those with the means, summer houses on Stockholm's archipelago are providing an extreme isolation, with some Swedes deciding to stay for months while the crisis passes. The world is fighting a virus that can infect anybody, anywhere. Sweden is hoping its own strategy in this battle proves to be the right one. Paul Rees, Al Jazeera, Stockholm.